TF2 is built on the Half-Life mod, which is built on the Quake mod. It brought new things, new graphics, racism against Boston, all great things. But something was awry, a mythical monster hiding in the shadows. Updates. When making TF2, the first plan was making a typical, military, hardcore FPS. Thankfully, Day of Defeat already existed.
After 9 years in development
hell, the game was released and positively received. There were no equipable weapons, 6 maps, and 9 classes, all of which were tightly designed. But despite critical acclaim, there were critical flaws. Pyro had no range and died even thinking of trinitrotoluene. Engineers couldn't move buildings, and teleporters took longer to recharge than Desert Storm. And so much of the game was just slow, built off the fastest multiplayer shooter in the entire history of the universe. It's crazy to have it feel slow. So eventually, updates started to roll on out. Pyro got Air Blast, meaning Z can now support teammates and finally can deal with 2 of the classes at range. Engineer can move his buildings and upgrade his teleporters, hats, taunts, crafting, a whole PvE mode, even tons of new maps and weapons. But eventually, this silently doomed the game. For one simple reason: interactions. Shooters have a 3-way scale between maps, weapons, and characters. They might have a ton of weapons, no unique characters, and one really detailed map. TF2 breaks the scale. For example, in character select alone, there are 2.6 trillion possible combinations per life across the teams with just classes. Then there are over 200 maps, 150 weapons, meters, throwables. Don't even get me started on the high 5. Now why is this bad? Isn't this just more options? Well, in other shooters, plays are understandable quickly. After not too long, you learn all of the weapons, the characters, the maps, the damages, the plays. In TF2, every interaction is based on 2 of 150 weapons, of 1 of 200 maps, and the percents of 10 meters, and so much more. Have you ever wondered why TF2 is a horrible esport? This is why. The only way to salvage it is to remove all of the updates added over the years. Have you ever wondered why TF2 is incredibly hard to balance? This is why. Having to consider interactions against every class on every map with every weapon for every tiny change makes it impossible to know with any confidence how a balance change will work. Have you ever wondered why Valve's handling of the game has always been awkward? This is why. And yet, is it any worse for it? Is it right to complain about a Faustian bargain that paid off? Valve made a deal with a Dark Lord to have us play, to let us dance, to give us community, and for that, the game was broken. It remains broken, and thanks to us, it broke. How shall we reward ourselves, the murderer of all murderers? For we have broken the game of all games, and for that, it is better